Well, can you enlighten us on how our duties are going to change?
I sure hope so. I've read this resolution, this ordinance several times. It has passed. And I know the concerns were raised by our city attorney that the way the code is written or was written for the Planning Commission's authority was too broad and went outside the scope that was written in the RCWs. And so if you look at this, she went back in, and there is a little bit of other duties as assigned, but I think the Planning Commission has been tasked with looking into a lot of subjects that are not necessarily their purview, that might be more appropriate for, say, public works or council action.
Right.
And part of the effort was to take some of these public hearings out of the Planning Commission and put the activity into the council chambers where they really belong.
Is that where this initiated from? Like, I mean, the attorney just doesn't go through the Planning Commission's authority. Did somebody at council or somebody at staff bring this up and want that changed?
I am not sure how it came up. I remember her asking me about. I guess she had been looking through the code at various commissions and committees, and she said something to me about the development codes, and I directed her to this Title 16, which talks about what the City of Pacific considers to be their development codes, and that's Title 13 to 24. And some of those titles have to do with building activities, and well, 16 is environmental. I'm not even sure. I think 15 is a placeholder. But well, here we are. It lists them out here on page 2. Streets and sidewalks. That's something that really should go to the Public Works Committee and then be reported at council.
When you say her too, you mean the city attorney?
Page 2 of the actual ordinance.
Right. So when you say her,
blessedly brief.
When you're referencing her, that's the city attorney, Paula?
Yes. I'm sorry. The city attorney struck out all of these references to development regulations. And what Attorney Morris added in is, and this pretty simplified, that the Planning Commission will hold public hearings and make recommendations to the City Council on zoning code text and development regulation amendments, area-wide rezone, and adoption of comprehensive plan amendments. Development regulations are defined as controls placed on development of land use activities by the city, including but not limited to zoning ordinances, critical areas ordinances, shoreline master program, official controls, PUD ordinances, that's planned unit development ordinances, subdivision ordinances, binding site plan ordinances, together with any amendments. So I believe it comes down to a definition of what development regulations are.
There's items we shouldn't be looking at, then why bring it to us?
Well,
it's not Allen.
Yes.
It's not even Goulden.
Yes, and so this is going to stop it. And so when we get to the Planning Commission work plan for 2014, we can look at it and we can see some things that are not appropriate according to the definition of their purview. And that's true. Water and sewers. If it's a sewer plan, I don't think it hurts for even for the Planning Commission, so they're familiar with generalities. But all of these things can be handled by council committees and staff, and then brought to the city council instead of here.
All right. And this has already been voted on and approved, right?
Yeah.
They've already, so it's a moot point for us. You just have to define what we're responsible for
right.
now. And it's more, you have to filter it and only
Yeah.
They do, somebody does.
Yeah.
So we're not handling things outside our scope.
Right, there are things on your docket that aren't appropriate.
That's fine.
And in the past, there have been some things that I brought here. Those of you who have been here for a while know that we do review the capital facilities plan, but the transportation plan has come in here and it's a very complicated document. It's been brought before the planning commission for a blessing, and during the difficult times, it was brought here to try and encourage it to be moved through the system, so it was adopted by council. So that was unusual. But you'll see that item number 11 is other items of interest to planning commissioners, and when we get to that, we can have a discussion about how things are potentially changing in a better and more clear way as far as your duties in relationship to the city.
So that was adopted by the city council, then, this
Yeah.
revision to our planning
Yeah.
commission duties.
Right, and I think there'll be more to come that really talks,
Okay.
where we'll be really talking about, what your function is and what your priorities are.
There always is more to come.
There is. For sure.
John? You have an audience.
Oh. Yeah.
I wanted to clarify a point. You had a question about how this came to be. When the attorney was being interviewed by the mayor and the council, one of the attributes she presented was that she was a land use attorney and had worked for the Association of Washington Cities and other cities and had written lots of model land use codes and lots of revising of ordinances. So I believe when she was hired, the mayor tasked her to look through the city codes, and if she found discrepancies, anything that opened the city up to potential litigation, to bring that to their attention, and then they would move it forward. And this, I believe, is one of the things that is moved forward.
All right.
Thank you, Janine, that helps, and that's,
Yeah.
Well, you've been excluded from a lot of council meetings, so there's some stuff that you wouldn't know unless you went back and read all the minutes or watched all the videos, and I'm glad that's changing now.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so, any more discussion on that? Things that kind of awareness. Item 7, 2014 Planning Commission Work Plan. And it's attached here.
And this is a resolution that is probably going to be amended in the near future. It's based in part on redefining the role of the Planning Commission. And I'm guessing that some of the things that will come off here are discussions about membrane and portable structures and reviewing fee schedules. We will have a new community development manager starting on September 15th. Has a lot of experience, and we'll be able to come up with a program that more accurately reflects some of the urgent matters for this year for us to attend to. So I decided I was going to go in and start making changes to it, and I said next month we'll be able to really have a good discussion about that.
So we table that then, because it's going to be revised and
Yeah.
things are going to be
Yeah,
changed?
this is more of a heads up
Okay.
that the docket will be amended, and we will be more focused on issues that are important to deal with, in the near term and also long term.
And then, item 8, the 2015 GMA Comprehensive Plan.
And this is, as you know, City of Pacific received a grant from the State Department of Commerce for $18,000 to help us make substantial updates to our comprehensive plan. There's a mandate that there's a total review and update at least every, I believe it's 11 years. It's our last major update was in 2004. Cities within King County are required to make their updates by the end of the fiscal year. State fiscal year 2015, which would be June 30th of 2015. Due to the lack of staff, we haven't, we also, I'll backtrack. We signed the contract much later than the original schedule had anticipated. So we've already had one revision for due dates. Now I'm asking for a second set of revisions so that when our new community development manager starts, he has more than 2 weeks to not only review and think about our current comprehensive plan and development regulations, but also to start, turning some product around. So I've asked for an amended schedule to try and give us all a little bit more time to do things properly. And some of this takes into account the fact that we need more public participation, and we need to have hearings, and we need to send things to council, and all of those things add extra time and effort. So there will now be at least 2 people on staff who are working on this, which is a great relief to me. I've already gotten some good suggestions.
So we're not in danger of losing any of the grant money or anything?
No, they're lovely at the state. They've paid us for the 2014 amount of money that we'd asked for, and I'm just making sure that we keep track of it in the coffers so that we can spend it appropriately. Some of it is for professional services, and we want to take advantage of that. Some of it is for staff time and also for getting those maps updated, which are pretty horrific. And then paying whatever it might cost to get some help in updating our traffic count. We'll be getting information from other jurisdictions and also some from some projects that we're working on. But it all requires time to get the information in and to make it useful.
Okay, thank you for updating us on that. Any discussion? Okay, looks like September 23rd meeting, we're going to be back to tax accessory parking structures, total impervious surface, which we started on earlier in the year and that were tabled.
But those are not within our realm anymore, either one of those, right?
Yes, and I almost amended that. But I decided because this is currently on the schedule and I currently have a different manager that I would just leave it and we would amend it before the meeting next month.
Right, but as far as the way the new ordinances, our duties are defined, neither one of those are within our scope anymore.
I have a feeling, yeah.
Yeah, what about?
Well, both the things on 9, and then I don't know about signing the annexation. I'm pretty confident that might be.
Yeah.
Well, the special district maybe, because it's more of a zoning land use thing. And,
Yeah.
But annexation. On 9. Okay, on 9.
So we're not involved in that.
I have a feeling not.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Although part of me is wondering about total impervious surface, but that is in the zoning code, and we'll have to check and see.
Okay.
Because we do have zoning, we do have a total amount of impervious surface that we allow in multifamily zones, but nothing for single family. That may be, but I would like to check and find out about that. So it will change, but not today.
Okay. All right. And, well, we'll just see see what happens for September agenda, but, I know, we had one member that talked about the signage, that freeway signage, so hopefully we can get to that, or city council.
The special,
Yeah, that's been hanging out there for a while.
I know. We'll see if Jim Morgan can find his maps again.
Right.
But I believe that may be under our purview still.
Okay, so that's item 10, table for board further notice. Item 11, other items of interest to planning commission. The community development manager, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Somebody on the staff, great.
Yeah.
And is it this gentleman?
Yes, just confirmed last night, and I thought twice before I included this in the packet, but this was actually in the agenda packet from last night's meeting, and I thought you might want to know. Those of you who don't know Jack Dodge, former council member.
City council.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just down third
He's a Pacific resident, he's been on the city council before I served with him, he's a real good guy.
And he's right now, he's currently working for the city of Swim.
Yes,
Swim.
quite a commute.
Yeah.
He was with CTAC for a long time. Anyway, he's really good.
Well,
Did he give a reason why he he just cares about the city and wants to get involved again, or?
yeah, and,
It's a part-time job.
he's a.
Is it a
part-time job?
No.
No, full-time?
It's full-time plus, but,
You gotta quit swim then? Is that?
yeah,
Oh, I see.
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
At this point, he's living in swim 3 days a week.
Yeah, right,
Yeah. And has been, I believe, for 3 years.
Two.
Amazing, it's been that long.
I think it was 2 years.
2? Okay, maybe it just felt like 3 years when he was talking to me about it. But yes, he's been a resident here since, I guess, the early 90s, and was on the planning commission. I don't remember.
Was on city council.
Yes,
for
for quite a while. Yeah, it's listed in here. And we had last Friday, after speaking with the finance director, mayor.
14 years.
I didn't realize he was on.
Amazing.
Yeah, time does fly.
Yes. Anyway, he stopped by the office and we started talking, and after about an hour he said, "I bet you want to get home." And I'm like, no, somebody's interested in hearing about this. And had already had some great suggestions, and some of the things that are on our docket for updating for that comprehensive plan grant. He was aware of the ordinances and said that, he's worked on those, obviously he's worked on those before, and that's something that he would love to get right
Jack
into.
has a lot of experience.
Yeah. So it's a relief, and he's a conscientious worker, so I'm really looking forward to that.
It's going to be really a great addition.
Right, and it'll make a difference for these meetings as well. I think, I was first introduced to the planning commission and the park board when I was on contract and didn't have much experience as a planner, because they've been in a different profession for many years. And it'll be really good to get somebody in here who has a good sense of how meetings are run and appropriate subjects to be dealing with, and has a lot of experience, so can really answer a lot of questions that pertain to a variety of jurisdictions, and also the city. He has so much experience living in the city.
Sure.
So
He knows the city well.
yeah, so I think that's, like I said, I'm really looking forward to it, and he's excused himself from this meeting. He attended the council meeting last night to get confirmed, and then today had to go back up to swim to start polishing off some projects that need to be done.
You said what date is he going to start?
September 15th.
So
he'll
you'll be attending our meetings then?
I sure hope so.
Yeah, that would be great. good, we'll see you next meeting then.
Yes, that'll be great.
Yeah.
And, we'll, work on getting the agenda out to you and plenty of time ahead.
Yeah, that
That would
helps.
be appreciated.
Yeah, it is.
I strive for it every month.
Any other items of interest?
That was the planning commissioners have.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd make a motion that we